Hey everyone, welcome to Raggedy Crimes and Chaos, where we break down the dumbest crimes happening across the world. I'm your host, and today's story is about a man who tried to rob a bank with a handwritten note, which would be fine, except nobody could read his handwriting. So he read it out loud to the entire bank. Let's get into it. Alright, so this is Danny, mid-30s, unemployed for 8 months, living in a studio apartment that's 3 weeks past due on rent. Car got repossessed, phone's about to get shut off. Danny's desperate. So, he decides he's going to rob a bank. He's seen it in movies. Seems simple enough. You walk in, hand over a note, walk out with money. Easy, right? Wrong. Danny spends 3 days writing this robbery note. He's got the wording perfect, threatening but not too violent, clear demands, short enough to read quickly. The problem? Danny has the handwriting of a doctor writing prescriptions during an earthquake, like truly terrible handwriting. Teachers complained about it, co-workers joked about it, but it never really mattered until today. So, Danny walks into First National Bank at 10:47 a.m. on a Wednesday. He's wearing a hoodie from his high school chess club, by the way, and $3 gas station sunglasses. This man looks like a tourist, not a criminal. He walks up to the teller, her name's Sarah, and slides the note across the counter without saying a word, trying to be intimidating, silent, deadly. And Sarah picks up the note, looks at it, tilts her head, and goes, "I'm really sorry, but I can't read your handwriting." Danny's whole intimidating vibe just collapses. He's like, "What?" And Sarah's like, "Your handwriting. It's really hard to read. Is this a G or a Q?" This man spent 3 days on this note, and the teller is asking for clarification. So now there's this back and forth. Sarah's holding the note at different angles, trying to figure out what it says. This word here, is it money or monkey? And I need you to understand, there's an elderly woman behind Danny in line who's now leaning over, trying to help read it. This has turned into a puzzle, a group activity. And Danny's standing there, sweating through his chess club hoodie, watching 2 women trying to decipher his robbery note like it's a crossword. Finally, he snaps. It says, "Give me all your money or I'll shoot." Out loud, in a bank, full volume. The entire bank goes silent. Sarah's eyes go wide. The elderly woman gasps. The security guard, who's been sitting in the corner on his phone this whole time, finally looks up, and Danny realizes what he just did. He shouted his own robbery note to everyone in the building. Sarah's hand is already on the silent alarm, but honestly, she doesn't even need it because someone outside heard him yelling about shooting and already called 911. So now Danny's just standing there, note in hand, everyone staring at him, and the security guard, this 55-year-old man named Ron, who thought he'd never actually have to do anything, walks over. "Son," Ron says, "do you actually have a gun?" And Danny, defeated, goes, "No." "So you were going to rob a bank with an illegible note and no weapon?" When you say it like that, it sounds really stupid. It is really stupid. Here's what gets me about this. Danny planned this for 3 days. He had time to think it through, time to practice, time to maybe, I don't know, type the note. But no, he handwrote it in the worst handwriting known to man. And then when it didn't work, instead of just leaving, he announced this crime to the whole bank. That's not just bad planning. That's self-destruction. So the police show up. They see Danny standing there, note in hand, looking miserable. One officer picks up the note and immediately squints. "What does this say? Give me all your money, honey?" "It's money," Danny shouts again. "Why can nobody read money?" The officer's like, "Because your handwriting is genuinely terrible, like impressively bad." And as they're walking out with Danny, Sarah, the teller, actually calls after him. "Hey, Danny." He turns around. "Goodwill on Fletcher Street is hiring. My cousin works there. They need stockroom help. When you get out, maybe try that before trying this again." And honestly, that's kind of sweet. This man just tried to rob her, and she's giving him job leads. So, what have we learned from today's Raggedy crime? Lesson 1. If your handwriting is bad, type your documents. Or better yet, don't write robbery notes at all. Lesson 2. When your plan isn't working, don't make it worse by yelling. Just leave. Cut your losses. Lesson 3. Sometimes people are trying to help you even when you're being an idiot. Listen to them. And honestly, I hope Danny took Sarah's advice because he clearly needs a different career path. Alright, that's it for today's episode of Raggedy Crimes and Chaos. If this made you check your own handwriting, good. Self-awareness is important. Tomorrow, we're talking about a guy who butt dialed 911 during a burglary, and the dispatcher listened to the entire crime in real time. It's exactly as ridiculous as it sounds. So come back tomorrow for that beautiful disaster. Until then, stay safe, stay smart, and maybe take a handwriting class. This has been Raggedy Crimes and Chaos. I'm out.